So let's go to Kayla in Indianapolis, Indiana. What's up, Kayla? How are you doing?
Hi guys, how are you?
Great. What's up?
So, hopefully you guys don't shred me too hard for this.
Oh, we're your friend.
I know. So, we did the right thing. We sold our car that we were making payments on. We sold it to Carvana, and they gave us about $8,200, and then we put that towards another used car, a beater as they would call it. So, we ended up spending about $5,800 out the door on this Nissan Armada. Looked great on the outside. We had test driven it, and it was doing all right. Except the check engine light was on. My husband asked about it, and the guy said it was a battery and he could get it off. So I drove it home. It drove a little, like a used car. And so we called about it the next morning, and it wouldn't even start. So we called the guy. He said, take it to a mechanic, and he would work out a deal with us on getting it fixed. That sounded fishy to me. My husband's like, okay, so we took it to the mechanic. Turns out the subframe is completely ruined. There's a hole in the exhaust pipe that's leaking water onto the subframe, making it even worse, just terrible to drive, unsafe. And he's just told us it's completely toast. So my husband went into the dealership today, talked to them, and he laughed him out of the dealership, basically. Do we have any room to sue them? I mean, what can we do? Like, I'm putting my trust in God fully, and I know it's going to be all right, but I'm a little furious, and I want to see if we have any room to do anything about this.
Oh, okay. So there's no way we're going to shred you over this, okay? This stinks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're out about $5,800.
Yeah.
The guy told us he inspected it, then he told us he didn't. My husband recorded him saying he did get it inspected, but he couldn't find the inspection report somehow.
Right. So you can go to small claims court. You can sue them, and I can't give you legal advice, but you can contact a lawyer in your local area and go down that road if you'd like to.
Okay.
I would recommend adding up or getting some really clear written, right? You've learned the importance of that. Clear written, a written contract about what legal advice is going to cost, what going to small claims court would look like, what settling would look like. I mean, I don't know what the recording laws are in Indianapolis. Is it a one-party state or a two-party state? Right?
It is a one-party state.
Okay. So all that to say is you can go down that road. It's not – maybe he gets a letter, a demand letter from an attorney, and he writes you a check and gives you your money back. Maybe that's what happens. Probably not.
That's what I've read usually would happen if he were found to be in the wrong.
Probably not.
Okay.
Let me just say, if I'm you, yes. I've got buddies who are attorneys. I worked at law school for years, so I would have somebody write a letter, and I'd pay them, and they would write a letter and see what happens there.
Okay.
I also would be prepared, both spiritually and psychologically and emotionally, for this to be a painful $5,800 lesson.
Yeah.
That you knew driving that car off the lot that something wasn't right in it. And it was a big car, and Armadas are cool, and they're big, and we got a good deal on it. And now you know I'm never driving a car off the lot with a check engine light on. I'm never driving a car off the lot without an inspection in my hand. I'm never, right? So you learned all these things. And if you look on the arc of your life, how old are you?
I'm going to be 30 in September.
Okay. In 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, $5,800 for the lesson you've learned here, because this is going to impact how you buy a house. It's going to impact how your kids go to college. It's going to impact everything because you learned a hard lesson here. And everyone I know has made them. Dave's made them with millions, right? You've made one with $5,800. This will be a lesson that pays for itself over and over and over again. I don't want you to beat yourself up over this, okay?
Yeah, I'm kind of.
I know you are.
I've, cried out today because this sucks. We only have $2,200 in our savings because we're in financial peace right now.
Yes. And
you
and your husband, y'all are good people. You would never do this to somebody. And you just ran into a scumbag, an absolute cheater scumbag who ripped off a young family. And it hurts because you don't even know people like that. And often when you run into someone who's just a scumbag like this, and you've heard me say this probably before, you lose trust in other people, but more importantly and more damaging, you lose trust in that beautiful, brilliant person that you see in the mirror every morning. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's a $5,800 lesson, and it sucks, and it hurts. And hopefully you can find a lawyer. You got somebody at your church that'll write you a letter, and maybe this person coughs up your money, and it's all over, and you learn that lesson too. But I don't want you to lose trust in yourself. This hurts, and this is hard, but you will work through this. And I know y'all are busting it so hard. This stings, man.
Kayla, I'm so sorry you're going through this. It makes me mad.
Yeah, I'm pissed for you.
And I would definitely push on this dealership to make this thing right and do all the things that John said. That was really, really well said. But a lot of this stuff is going to be, well, the contract says as is. And when we sign that thing, this is what we got. And so like John said, we're not here to beat you up. We love you. And I just want to help you move forward and make sure that you guys have a car to drive. Are you in a situation where you don't have a car now?
So my husband has a car, but we have a toddler and an infant. I'm on maternity leave right now. I have to get my toddler to school at 9. My husband has to be at work. He's a general manager of the Hilton. So he has to be there to open the doors or to manage all his employees early in the morning. Then he would have to come back home, get my son, take him to school, then go back to work. And it just interferes with a bunch of things. So we were trying to get another car.
Yeah.
You guys have a church community right now?
We do, yeah. We're in a wonderful church.
I would get plugged in with them. I would talk to one of the pastoral care folks over there and say, hey, here's our situation. Is there someone who would just let us borrow a car while we get on our feet, or would sell us one for $1,000 a beater to get us around just to get through the situation? That's one of those things where having a community like that can be so, so powerful to walk with you through this journey.
And I know that's humbling and that's hard and that's annoying. And you did this thing right, Kayla. You did it right. You sold your car. You were going to pay off some debt.
I know, and that's what sucks is I know I did it right, and I got taken advantage of.
You did. Y'all got burned, and you didn't listen to yourself. Are you ever going to make this mistake again?
I told my husband, I said, I don't like that engine light's on, and I don't like how he answered that question. And he's like, well, we said it could either be 50-50 chance. So, I should have just trusted my gut.
Always trust your gut.
Trust
always.
Kayla is trustworthy.
Kayla is trustworthy. This scumbag used car salesman selling cars being like, nah, bro, it's cool, is not. Trust your gut.
And don't trust check engine lights, ever.
Ever.